Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of international finance, specifically a platform called airwallex. Now, if you're a business owner or freelancer who regularly deals with overseas clients or suppliers, you know the struggle of sending and receiving money across borders. Traditional banks often hit you with hefty fees and terrible exchange rates, making international transactions a real headache. That's where airwallex comes in. They claim to offer a more streamlined and cost-effective solution for international money transfers. But with any financial service, there are always limits. So, the big question we're tackling today is, how much money can you actually transfer with airwallex? Intrigued? Let's break it down. Limits everywhere. Before we delve into airwallex's specifics, it's important to understand that transfer limits are a reality with pretty much any financial service. Banks, money transfer services, even your neighborhood currency exchange, they all have restrictions in place for various reasons. These can include regulations set by governments, fraud prevention measures, and even internal risk management policies of the platform itself. Airwallex, unveiling the caps. Alright, now let's get to the good stuff. Airwallex actually has two key transfer limits we need to consider. Conversion limits. This applies when you're exchanging one currency for another. Here, airwallex offers a pretty generous range. By default, the minimum conversion amount is a mere $10, which is fantastic for smaller transactions. But the real kicker is the maximum, a whopping $5 million per conversion. That's a serious amount of money you can move around if needed. Now, keep in mind that this is the default setting. If you typically deal with even larger sums, you can contact airwallex's customer support to discuss increasing your conversion limit. They might need some additional information from you, but it's definitely an option for high-volume businesses. Deposit/transfer limits. This is where things get a little more interesting. According to airwallex's Help Center, most accounts don't have a set limit on deposits or transfers. That's great news for businesses that need maximum flexibility. However, there's a catch. Airwallex mentions that deposit limits might apply in certain situations. Here's the thing, these limits seem to be tied to regulations in specific countries. For instance, if you're receiving funds in a currency like Indonesian rupiah, IDR, you might need to provide documentation like sales orders to justify the incoming money. Airwallex uses this information to calculate your deposit limit and ensure everything complies with local regulations. So, while there's no blanket deposit limit for most accounts, it's always a good idea to check with airwallex if you're dealing with large sums or currencies with stricter regulations. Beyond the limits, other considerations. While limits are crucial, there are other factors to consider when using airwallex for international transfers. These include transaction fees. Airwallex charges a combination of fees, including a transparent foreign exchange margin and a flat per transaction fee. These fees can vary depending on the amount you're transferring and the currencies involved. Verification processes. Depending on your account type and activity level, airwallex might require additional verification steps for larger transfers. This could involve submitting documents or going through a call verification process. The takeaway, airwallex for big and small. Airwallex offers a flexible solution for international money transfers, catering to businesses of all sizes. With a sky-high conversion limit of $5 million and potentially limitless deposits for most accounts, depending on regulations, you can move serious money around the globe. However, it's always wise to check for potential deposit limits in specific countries and be aware of the transaction fees involved. Remember, airwallex is a powerful tool, but like any financial service, understanding the limits and fees is crucial for making informed decisions. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.